All right, so look, in the last few years, right, we've seen lots of scenarios where sellers are setting deadlines for buyers to submit an offer on their home, right? This is often done in low inventory situations, and since we're heading into a spring market where that is likely to remain the case, we're likely to see very similar low inventory, highly competitive situations. I'm not going to be surprised if we start to see offer deadlines become the new old hot button. New old, I'm not really sure which one, right? So if you're unfamiliar with what an offer deadline is, it's when initially when they put the home on the market, or if a seller sees a lot of activity on their home that's for sale, their agent may suggest submitting a deadline for reviewing offers, right? So they'll collect all of the offers, set a specific day and time with the agent and that seller are going to review all of those offers to determine which one they would potentially like to proceed with, right? So as I mentioned, in a low inventory, highly competitive seller's market, this could become a thing, right? So if you're looking at buying a home, this could potentially take some pressure off of you from feeling like you have to rush out to see the property right away, right? Without a deadline, they could accept an offer at any time, which we'll touch on that in just a second, which may make you feel like you've got to rush out to see this property or otherwise risk not being able to see it, not being able to submit an offer, right? When you have a deadline set, sometimes that may take a little bit of that pressure off of you, but it may add a little extra pressure in a sense that you could be all but guaranteed to enter into a multiple offer situation, right? So depending on what your willingness to compete is going to look like, that pressure relieved in one place is pressure gained somewhere else, right? So deadlines can also change how you approach the offer you're considering submitting on a home, right? It could change when you submit the offer. It could change what price or terms you're ready to submit, right? So one thing to keep in mind is that while an offer deadline should control when offers are reviewed, it doesn't always work out that way, right? We've seen situations where offer deadlines are set, but it's indicated that a seller has the right to accept an offer prior to that set deadline, right? So if that seller receives an offer that is just blowing their mind and they would be foolish to not accept it, then they reserve the right to accept that offer prior to the set deadline. Look, we've also seen situations where an offer gets submitted and then shortly, or sometimes not so shortly thereafter, a deadline is set after your offer has been received, right? So it's not a one-size-fits-all, right? It doesn't necessarily work out always as intended, but definitely something to be aware of. If you have any questions about how offer deadlines work, what you should do in specific scenarios, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to help you work through those scenarios any way that I possibly can and answer your questions, and I hope you have a great day.